Okay, here we go. Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Welcome back to another live stream podcast. We're going to go with live stream today. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for spending a part of your Wednesday with me. I've got a lot of things to share with you guys, a lot of very interesting things. Polar vortex is probably going to make a move here in the next week or so, and we could see some more cold weather, at least in the northern plains, even down into the mid latitudes. It's going to get cold again. Tammy Dumas, Mama Jean, what's going on today, guys? You're looking at the polar vortex right now over here at nullschool.net, and yeah, it's right now it's in a good spot, but it's going to. Hold on just a second. It's going to split, dive down into the lower latitudes once again, and make it very, very cold. And we'll come back and take a look at where it's going to get cold and for how long here in just a moment. But I wanted to touch base real quick since I got you guys here. Yesterday's video I put up, and this is what I talked about. This was like the feature content in yesterday's video. And honestly, I've never seen anything quite like this. It was quite rare. It was a photo taken by Bridget Finn, sent by Cindy out of Crystal River, Florida. I mean, I analyze photos and videos every day. Various things in the sky. This is a real photo from a real person. But it just didn't seem like it went anywhere. Like it something so rare is just not interesting anymore. And I was just curious because I'm not going to keep uploading stuff that doesn't interest people. If things like this don't interest people anymore, then we'll find different content. But I thought that was pretty interesting, and it didn't seem to go anywhere. Did you guys, Travis, it is groovy. I thought it was groovy too, man. But did you guys get notified? Did anybody even see this video yesterday? It was yesterday's upload. I think I uploaded it around 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't know. It's something that I've never seen before in all the years that I've been analyzing photos and videos. And again, it was above the Florida area where they've seen a lot of activity here recently. But this was unique from all of the things that were photographed and videoed above Florida, especially in January of 2024. I don't know. It just didn't go anywhere. So just curious if anybody got notified. You saw it, Polenta. Thank you, Polenta. Mama Jean did not. It is one of a kind. I mean, it's very rare footage. We could be giants. Tammy Dumas. Let's see here. Doesn't look like. Hold on just a second, guys. Let's look and see. There we go. Okay. But anyway, I was just curious if you guys even got notified, because to be honest, it didn't look like anybody got notified. That's all. And these videos, they take a lot of work, and a lot of time to assemble these videos. And if they're not going to get viewed by people, then we'll switch gears, switch content, whatever. But it's like I don't know, something's up with the ecosystem and the things that, I have quite a few people that subscribe to the YouTube channel. And usually when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you subscribe to that channel because you want to see more of the content that person produces, and maybe you think like that person does, or whatever the case may be. I know that's me personally. I'm not going to subscribe to somebody that I'm not interested in their content. So to have the amount of subscribers that this channel has, and for that video to just kind of like sit in the dark, you know, we don't want to waste your time or mine. So let me know if you got notified. What's up, Donut from Scotland? Or if you're just not interested in the sky phenomenon. I think you guys are. It seems like you are. You're the ones that send it to me. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base on that real quick. And by all means, double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, and activate the bell next to the subscribe button. It's a two-step process. Otherwise, you won't get notified for sure if it's not activated. So double check, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure the bell is activated. All right, guys, I'm going to take you to a couple of different locations today. We're going to take a look at a situation that occurred over in France. That's the thumbnail today on the homepage of the video. Gentlemen saw that in the nighttime sky. What you saw on the thumbnail, it should be updated now. I had to re-update the thumbnail, but you should be able to see something like this on the thumbnail. Ellen Venter out of Lyon, France. This was taken yesterday. And I've got more photos of this I want to share with you guys. Those are not any type of reflection. This photo was taken by her son yesterday evening in France. And he saw this in the sky. It was moving very slowly across the sky. That's what I'm saying. What's really going on up there? We got people seeing, number one, but I don't know if anybody's even interested in this anymore. We've got people seeing giant round, what look like intelligently designed clouds, I guess, if you want to call it. Looks like to me that's some sort of a intelligently designed structure that was in the sky above Florida. You're seeing the same type of thing above France. Guys, if you saw the live stream this morning on TikTok, I'm going to review a couple of things that we talked about on TikTok. I opened the Dropbox on a live stream this morning over at TikTok, and you guys got to see the data as it came in, and I showed you how I process it. When you guys send things in right here to have a large video, I showed where I get it this morning. That's what I do every morning. I go through the Dropbox, I look and see what's sent in. That was in the Dropbox. And there were a couple of other things that were in the Dropbox that if you watched the live stream this morning at TikTok, then you'll see, like I mentioned in TikTok, I was going to do a YouTube live stream this afternoon once I got that material edited. And I do have it edited. And in fact, I'll show you one right... where is it at? I've got it in here somewhere. I've got a lot of windows down here open, and oh, it's over here. Here we go. Okay, this morning, if you were on the live stream, here's what we opened up in one of the items that were sent in the Dropbox. This right here, and here we go. It was sent in by ACC. That's the name that they gave. I did find in the metadata that it, because if you were with me this morning on the live stream, I said when it was first sent in, it didn't have a date or a time. I found the date and the time in the metadata. February 5th, 2024, 3:31 p.m. Here's the video. They looked up and saw that off in the distance, and it just kind of slowly went behind the tree out of their field of view. So when you first look at it, it looks a little mysterious. And I even said that in this morning's live stream, but I said once we zoom in and take a closer look at it, it quite possibly could be a blimp. And I even said in this morning's live stream, if it is a blimp, I will tell you guys it's a blimp. And sure enough, that's what it turned out to be. Like right here, you can't really tell what it is. You don't see the features because we're not heavily zoomed in. And plus, I kind of upped the ante a little bit with the pixelation. I converted it to a 4K. I don't do that a lot of times with videos because 4K takes up a huge amount of space. But I put this one up to 4K for presentation purposes. And there it is, sure enough. That's one of the things that came in this morning's Dropbox. It was a blimp, but at first, it didn't really look like a blimp. Got a lot of things to share with you guys today. A lot of cool videos. We're going to Sacramento, California. Sad situation out of California involving a helicopter I don't know if you guys heard about that or not, but a helicopter was traveling from Nevada to California, and it didn't make it. We're going to take a look at that situation. I'm going to show you where it potentially went down at. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Snowy out of Victoria, Australia, of just a bizarre looking sky. They had never seen anything quite like that, and I agree. That is very weird. Looks like a row of pillars or something in the sky above Victoria, Australia. Checking in on the GOES X-Ray Flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. Been very active the last 48 hours. Multiple strong, long duration M-class solar flares. Yesterday saw one that lasted the better part of 4 hours. Today at around the same time. What are the odds? Yesterday, this strong solar flare occurred at around, 10 Zulu. And this one occurred at around the same exact time today. Almost 24 hours apart within a few minutes. How does that happen? Look at those. You can see. And they were both long duration events. This second one might be slightly Earth directed. This is the location they're coming from, and we'll probably see more action. You guys that chase auroras in the upper latitudes, I would say that this week, where are we at, Wednesday? Possibly by this weekend, maybe the first part of next week. This is a very active region. You have a lot of negative and positive polarity in here that are very close to touching. And it's when those polarities touch and make contact, they produce strong solar flares that can throw a CME out into space. So look for the possibility of auroras, strong geomagnetic storms in the next probably 5 to 7 days. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of earthquake activity up here at Mammoth Vault, Hebgen Lake, where they saw the 7.2 back in 1959. And for some reason, this northwestern quadrant is staying busy with earthquakes. So I don't know if this thing's getting ready to jump off in some degree, but the northwestern quadrant of the supervolcano has been very active, guys, for quite a while now. So I don't know if something's brewing over there or not, but it's something that we pay close attention to. Looking at the power outage situation, California right now, 77,500 customers. That is a massive improvement from the 847,000 customers that were without power during and following the atmospheric river event that caused flooding and of course power outages and mudslides. It's a whole menu of things up and down the coast of California and the interior of California. They saw record rain, and this is the second time they've seen record rain. I've got a photo here that you don't normally see hardly ever. Check this out. Amber Lethoff from San Diego, California shared this. This is a photo from yesterday, and it's from San Diego. And she said this was a tornado. I don't know if it touched down. I don't recall ever seeing a photograph of a tornado in Southern California. I can't recall it. Have you guys ever... Clouds, sunshine, rainbow. Thank you, man. That's really cool. You guys ever see a tornado in Southern California? Me neither. That is a vortex cloud for sure. Quite possibly two. It's just something that you don't see. And here's something that also happened yesterday that it involves Southern California. There was a helicopter that departed Las Vegas, didn't make it to San Diego. That's where it was headed, to San Diego. I'm going to show you on Google Earth exactly where this thing kind of disappeared. It went off the radar. Sad story. Missing Marine helicopter carrying 5 troops from Nevada to California. It has been located. It came off the radar in Pine Valley, California, after it had traveled 250 miles. And here's where it was found, in this location here. And it was flying into, more than likely, inclement weather conditions. And this is where the helicopter started its journey last night, right up here, where the exact location is Indian Springs? Yeah. Indian Springs is where it departed. This is a Super Stallion helicopter that had 5 troops on it. It was flying south-southwest to San Diego. It disappeared. It went off the radar right here. They were trying to find it last night, but again, it was dark. The weather conditions were deplorable. This is where the helicopter went off the radar, sadly. It's just a terrible story. But with the inclement weather, we've got tornadoes over here being spotted. In San Diego, there was a lot of rain and high winds, and this helicopter, unfortunately, probably ran into some severe weather. I don't know any other specifics than that, but that's just a sad situation. I definitely don't like to see that. They said they were using ground and aviation assets to locate the crew in coordination with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department with multiple agencies. The Marines were flying a CH-53E Super Stallion helicopter, and that is this one right here. That's the one that went down near Pine Valley, California last night. It's not immediately known what time the helicopter left Creech or what time they were due to arrive in California. Waves of heavy downpours hit the area throughout the night, and snow was forecast in the San Diego mountains. So not something we like to hear, but it's just, the weather and the way the weather was last night. It was probably not a good time to be flying, and they may have ran into some heavy turbulence. Looking at the countdown now, 60 days, 16 hours to the great solar eclipse of 2024, April 8th of 2024. This is going to be an eclipse of a generation, guys. This will be something that will be talked about for many generations, many years. It will go down in history as quite possibly one of the most photogenic solar eclipses ever. And we're going to try to be in the path of totality right in this line here of 100% visibility. Stretches all the way through North America. We're going to be in one of these locations where there are no clouds. The comet is definitely still inbound. It's on course. Hasn't changed a bit. Comet 12P Pons Brooks, right there it is. Perihelion is going to be on the same day as the eclipse. So when you look up at the eclipse safely, you'll be able to see the comet right in this area here at around the 10 o'clock position. The sky could look something like this right here. Are you serious right now? You honestly can't make this stuff up. You can look up and see something like that in the sky next to the sun on April 8th of 2024. However, it could be even more dramatic. Yeah, the comet that's coming in is an icy volcanic comet that's been outgassing now for several weeks. And the closer these things get to the sun, the more active they get. So, yeah, quite a situation coming up, and it could be, once again, one of the most photogenic solar eclipses of a generation, probably ever. I don't know that we've ever had one like that. Looking at the polar vortex, this is the situation right now. Today, the polar vortex is behaving. It's keeping all that cold air up in the Arctic Circle. However, that's going to change here in the coming days. Over here at ventusky.com, you can see the temperatures across the whole country are mild, even up into Canada. I mean, the 20s and 30s. For this time of year, those are warm temperatures. Look at that, 65 degrees, and this is the actual temperature in central Missouri. This is going to change. Polar vortex expert sees disruption coming, cold air returning. Article dated February 5th of 2024. With all this warming weather, you might be wondering if winter is coming back. Well, to make a long story short, yes, winter is coming back. Here's a look at Ventusky. Big difference, right? From today, actually this is tomorrow, it's supposed to be 68 degrees in central Missouri. What? 68 degrees in February? Well, here's what it's going to look like in less than 10 days, right around 10 days. Same location, negative 20. So there's going to be a temperature swing of 80. Check this out. Minus 20, we're going to go from 68 degrees Fahrenheit, right there, tomorrow, to negative 20 in 11 days. Same location, right in here, negative 20. Are you serious? That is an 88 degree temperature swing. 88 degrees. So yes, it is going to get cold again. Yes, this polar vortex is going to be wandering, and that's what's going to make it cold. The polar vortex is going to slide down into obviously Canada. It's going to go through Canada, dip down into the mid-latitudes of the United States, and it's going to look something like that. That's what makes it cold. The polar vortex dips down and brings that cold air with it, and it is going to be frigid, below zero again. That's the real temperature. That's not even the feel. That's the feel-like temperature, negative 20. Let's see what the feel like temperature is, or the real temperature. That's the feel like. So if you go outside, that's what it feels like. Negative 20, negative 30 in some places. Up in Canada, up in the higher latitudes, like right in here, negative 33 just across the border. And in fact, in parts of northern North Dakota, wind chills of negative 42 degrees. Temperature, the dark pinks and whites are obviously very frigid. These are the actual temperatures. This is on February the 18th. Actual temperature still is brutally cold. Negative 28 degrees on Sunday, February 18th. It's going to be like that on the 17th, the 18th, and then the 19th. It's going to start to pull out and start to warm up. The 20th, it's going to get back to a warmer type of winter again. So look for the polar vortex to bring cold air. The 17th, 18th, and 19th, it's going to get very cold again through the northern, especially the north central plains of the United States here in just a few days. Got some cool videos I want to share with you guys. Some of these we found this morning. What I've been doing, or actually I did today, I opened up the cool videos that are sent in. This is one of them that was sent in this morning. So if you were on this morning's live, we opened this one up live this morning right on TikTok. So this is what was sent in by Allison out of Seven Hills, Ohio. She saw this over in Myrtle Beach. Check this out. You're going to see something over here. Watch over here on the left-hand side of the screen. Check it out. Here we go. Something shows up. I believe this was at 3:44 in the morning, almost 3:45. Something showed up, and you're going to see two. It's not, this isn't an airplane or a helicopter. Or at least it doesn't look like it. Some sort of a mysterious dual light object. Maybe it's two separate lights, but they're traveling at the same speed. They're coming into the field of view right now. We opened this one up this morning during the live, and as promised, I said I would need some time to work on it, to zoom in and see what was going on here. And it is mysterious. There's something going on here that there definitely doesn't appear to be an airplane there. What was that thing? It's not an airplane. It's way too wide to be an airplane. And there's no airplane there. And it's not two airplanes. They're flying way too close together. Too fast to be helicopters. Something weird flying over Myrtle Beach. And that was, I believe, this morning, or yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning at 3:44 a.m. That was on the 6th. 3:44 a.m. out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Great observation. Going to take you guys now over to Sacramento, California. This video footage was sent in by Polenta R. Forrest. She's got a camera on top of her house, and she asked me if I would share this with you guys. It's super bizarre. She doesn't normally see things like this on her camera. She's got 3 cameras that actually point to the sky, this being one of them. The video footage was from February 5th of 2024 at 8:14, if the time is correct, and I'm assuming it is, 8:14 p.m. She's never seen anything like this, and she said it kind of, gave her a weird feeling. She's never seen this type of activity above her house. The things falling through the sky are obviously rain. They've had a lot of rain over in California these last few days. But the mysterious mist has her some mystified. She is very puzzled by what was going on above her house. She said that should not be there. It's never there. She looks at these cameras every day. Look like Casper the Friendly Ghost flying above her house. She said that really tripped her out. She had never seen anything like that on this camera. Have you guys ever seen things like that on your outdoor cameras? I can honestly say I haven't. I don't know what we've got going on here. It is quite mysterious. Some sort of weird vapor right in front of the camera that she's never seen before above her house in Sacramento, California. Thank you, Polenta. Really appreciate that. I want to take you guys now to Anaheim, California. I have a lot of interesting videos and photos to share with you guys. This thing here was sent in today. Rockwell out of Anaheim. Notice this ring. Some of you may recognize it, and this may be new to some of you viewers, but this I've actually seen before myself. What I'm about to show you next, I've never seen before, but it's something big up in the sky above Lyon, France. This is above Anaheim, California. And if you guys have ever seen this, this is normal part of the sky over in Southern California, especially Anaheim, twice a day. This come from, I think, the Islands of Adventure, one of those theme parks. And this ring is created by some sort of a device from the Islands of Adventure or Adventure Studios, something like that. But I remember seeing this back in like 2013. We were over there. And when I first saw it, it was during the evening hours. It wasn't dark, but when I first saw it, got to be honest, I was like, okay, what's going on here? But I figured it out. And it's some sort of a black smoke ring that somehow or another manages to stay together. But if you've never seen anything like that, you would definitely think there was something nefarious going on, like this right here out of Lyon, France. And this is definitely on the bizarre side. No joke. You're going to ask yourself, what is going on up there? Here we go. This also came through the Dropbox. Sent in by Ellen out of Lyon, France. And she goes on to say, I just sent pics my son took on his way home tonight. And this would be the night of February 4th, 2024. Bluish light stationary above the clouds. Ellen, Lyon, France, February 4th, 1915 to 1921. And that would be, what time would that be? 7:15 to 7:21 p.m. at night is when her son noticed this in the sky above Lyon. This is the first picture. So this is at a different angle, and you're going to see he pulls over and starts taking photographs from a different position, and he kind of gets a different view of this thing right here. This is a different view. Gets out of his car and starts taking pictures of that in the sky above Lyon, France. Looks to be about 400 feet wide, side to side, and I would say front to back. I would say that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 feet in the sky. It didn't appear to be moving. If it did move, it didn't move much at all. And again, these are photos, so I can't really tell if it was moving, but I can tell it's in a slightly different position from photo to photo. So it gave me the impression that it was moving a little bit. But this thing's huge, man. I mean, it's a really good-sized craft. That compelled him to get out his phone and start taking pictures of the sky. He wasn't taking pictures of just a black, cloudy night. I mean, there would be no reason to take photos of that sky because there's nothing up there. He saw that in the sky. It's not a reflection. I've ruled that out through a series of different techniques that I use, and besides, there's nothing here on the grounds or with regard to lights making some sort of weird reflection that make this type of shape in the sky. It's just not what was up there. There was something else up in the sky. It appears to be a solid object that's got these big blue lights on the bottom side of it. I'm assuming that's the bottom side of it. And you can see one here in the front, one over here on the right, one over here on the left from this field of view. Again, this is pretty good size, whatever it may have been. They didn't say, I don't think there was any sound associated with this thing. It was very stealthy, very quiet, other than the very obvious blue color. Now, the blue that you're seeing right there, this is a negative format, lightest dark, darkest light. I want to go back to the original here in just a moment because I did enhance a couple of the originals just for presentation purposes so we could see it a little bit better. And I do that to possibly see features on this thing, or that maybe we can recognize and maybe we won't recognize. This is also another format. I just took away a lot of the darkness, left the light of the craft, which it comes out in a different color with this technique. But you can see there's 3 specific locations that are the same size, they appear to be the same size, that make up what appears to be one large craft that was spotted in the sky above Lyon, France. And here it is again. And yes, I did modify this a little bit because it wasn't quite this obvious. He had the presence of mind to notice it in the sky. And I'm going to show you the original photo. And it was kind of stealthy, but something gave it away, and it became visible. Sometimes I think when these things phase, they go through different energy phases. They become visible for a moment. We saw one sitting out back, or I did. I just happened to be looking up in the sky. I didn't see, it wasn't like this. What I saw looked different, but it just kind of turned on and then turned off. It got real bright. You could actually see the outline of the craft. It looked like a big Band-Aid up in the sky. That's exactly what it looked like. right out here above our location in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was only on for maybe a second and a half. If you weren't looking in the exact location, you wouldn't have seen it. But it was like it just turned on and then turned off, like it was going through some sort of an energy phase. Okay, here's the original photo right here. And you can tell from the original to like that one right there, I did amplify the color considerably because I wanted to see what was up there. It's quite interesting. And there's the original. That is unedited. That's what the man saw in the sky above Lyon, France. And this was just a couple of nights ago. What is that thing? What's really going on up there? Who's flying that thing? I mean, that is a big craft, whatever it was. And what was it doing? You know, what's its purpose? What was it doing up in the sky above Lyon, France? An excellent observation by Ellen's son. Ellen shared those photos with us. Thank you, Ellen. Really appreciate that. From February 4th. I apologize. I said a couple of nights ago. 3 nights ago, February 4th, 2024, Lyon, France. Some sort of a mysterious, large, what appears to be a blue craft. I'm sure the craft itself was not blue, but the lights on the bottom side were definitely blue. No way around that. And you can see through the modifications. There definitely was something up there. Thank you, Ellen. Really appreciate that. Great observation. And speaking of great observations, I'm going to take you guys now to Wickenburg, Arizona. Gentleman up there has been seeing some fascinating things in the sky, and he's been sharing videos of the mysterious objects that he records in the sky from time to time from Wickenburg, Arizona. When the skies are clear, it's obviously not possible to record in the cloudiness, when clouds are prominent, but he's been filming stuff. Check this out. Moving through the sky above Wickenburg. Ryan Sims has been sharing things with me now for the past couple of weeks, and he said he's got a lot of footage. Check out how this thing moves through the sky. That's obviously out of focus, but these are not. Look at that. That's an original speed. What is that thing? Are you serious? He said he's got some unique footage, and he was not kidding. That is so weird. Okay, what I did, I made a slight modification to this on the left. The original is on the right. Here we go. What is this thing? It's like a caterpillar or something up in the sky. Just straight up weird. And that's probably 20,000 feet, maybe higher, 25,000 feet in the sky, dropping some sort of bright white or bright orange lights. And this object here that just dropped those lights. Okay, so this is the same object right here, and here it goes. It's departing. It's actually red. Watch. It turns from white, whatever it was, dropping those things, to red, and now it takes off, and it goes at an even higher altitude. Watch. This is at original speed. And this is the object that was dropping the orange lights. Watch it take off. You're going to see it elevate really fast and accelerate. It elevates up at an angle. It accelerates. It doesn't behave like an airplane. Look at that thing. That's at original speed. Wow. There it goes. I'm going to zoom in on it and give you guys a little better look. Here we go. It goes from white to red to some sort of a teal blue. There it's red. And go higher. There it goes. Now it's a different color. Look. Why did it switch colors? I mean, he wasn't kidding. When he said he was recording some really weird stuff in the sky, he wasn't joking. So it goes from red. Check it out. There it's red. And in fact, in that format right there, it almost looks like a slight V, right? And then back here, right down here, it looks white. So it flies through the sky. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You're seeing it right here. I don't have the imagination to make this stuff up. This was actually spotted in the sky. So right here, I'm just trying to get an understanding of what color it was back here when it was dropping these orange lights in the sky. I think it was white. Then it changes to red. Right there, you can see it changes to red. And then for some reason, it goes from red to green to blue. And it takes off and accelerates higher up into the sky. Now we're probably looking at 35, 40,000 feet and climbing and accelerating. I mean, that's probably at Mach 4, Mach 5. Wow. Here we go again, a little closer view of this mysterious activity above Wickenburg, Arizona. Here it goes again. Check it out. I mean, that thing is going fast. This is at original speed. Look at that. Wow, and he left the camera still right there to keep it from getting out of focus, but right there it is. How do you describe that? I mean, again, probably going Mach 4. I don't think there was a human in that thing. I don't know who was controlling it, but it came into the field of view, dropped some sort of objects in the sky. For what reasons? Nobody probably knows. And then this thing just takes off and disappears. And as it's disappearing out of the field of view, it's climbing. It's getting higher. So right there, it's probably gone from 20 to 25,000 feet to 30. Right there, 35, 40. It was climbing, going up probably above 40,000 feet. Another good observation by Ryan out of Wickenburg, Arizona. Thank you, Ryan. Really appreciate that footage. I want to take you guys now to, here we go, Kansas. Got a video here out of Kansas. We've been to France, to Kansas, to Wickenburg, to Myrtle Beach, to Anaheim, all over the place. Now we're in Wellington, Kansas. Video sent in by Vitamin V. 2/1/2024, 5:06 p.m. Here we go. Notice the anomaly here in the middle of the screen. You would think if that were a reflection of the sun, it would be round, right? Why we have like a half moon type of a feature over here in the middle of the field of view? This is a video. It's not a photo. And it just looks out of place. It doesn't look like a reflection. But I don't think there's well, I know there's not. There's not a moon setting over there. I just don't know how this anomaly appeared in the field of view without this having some sort of a mystery behind it, because it's not behaving like a typical reflection or glare should. And not only that, number two, it should be, if that's a reflection of the sun, it should be a complete circle, not some sort of a half circle in the sky. This is a obviously enhanced format. I was just trying to pull forward the mysterious anomaly there in the sky. That's not necessarily looking like a typical reflection would. I don't know what Vitamin V captured on film here, but again, if that were the sun, you would think the glare would be perfectly round, or at least more round than what we've got right here. And this is an inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light, and you can see it right there. Something mysterious in the sky, or at least showed up in the video. It kind of gives you a mysterious presentation about it, mysterious feel. It doesn't align with the angle of the sun and the sunlight. The sunlight's obviously overpowering. It's very heavily saturated, so the sunlight reflection should be round. So was there something there in the sky that was temporarily revealed? It's possible. Should be a reflection, but the reflection does not align with the sun. The sun's not in any type of half phase. The sun's never in any type of phase like that. The moon phase is like that, but that's not the moon. So what is it? Wellington, Kansas, Vitamin V, February 1st of 2024 at 5:06 p.m. Great observation. Thanks for sharing. Really appreciate that. What else have I got for you guys today? Got a lot of different things. I think we've got through quite a bit of it. And then this here is what we started the video off with. I was just curious if you guys got notified of that yesterday. And if you didn't, please check your notifications. I don't know what's going on with the ecosystem. It's definitely changed. Something's changed. I don't know what it is, but just check your subscribe button and check your bell. This is a two-step process. I know I've said it before, but sometimes there's new viewers and things like that. when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, whether it be mine or anybody else's that you enjoy following and you may like their content, typically when you subscribe to somebody's YouTube channel, it's because you want to see more of their content. It's not because you don't. You know what I mean? So when they upload new content, usually you're interested, at least temporarily, on what the content may or may not be. You don't subscribe to somebody's YouTube channel because you don't want to watch their content. But that seems like that's what's going on. I don't know why, but double check, make sure you're still subscribed, check the bell, because it is a two-step process. And if you want notified, activate the bell so you'll get notified when anybody that you subscribe to, if you want to see more of their content, that's what you need to do. Otherwise, you just have to stop by and check their feed to see if they've uploaded any new content. So by all means, double check. I get people quite frequently that say they've been unsubscribed and were long-time subscribers, and they have no idea why. And I have to be honest, it's happened to me too. So it's just the nature of things, and it's an easy fix. Just stop by and check and make sure that you're still subscribed from time to time. Barbara Ann, thank you. Really appreciate that. Moderator in the house, doing a good job. Yeah, something has changed with the ecosystem. I'm not going to lie. Something has definitely changed. Like I said, that video there, normally, and I find that very interesting. That's super unique, and it's real. That's the thing. It's real, and it's hard to explain. But apparently, it just, I don't know, guys. It's just straight up dead. So I don't know. Don't know what going on in the ecosystem. But yeah, it's just something's changed. But anyway, the temperature is going to change. It's going to get cold. The polar vortex is going to move. It's going to split again. And it's going to bring cold air down into the central plains. Very cold air. Feel like temperature in some areas of negative 40 degrees up in the northern Montana area. Of course, our friends up in Canada, they're going to see the return of the cold air, and it's going to dip all the way down into Missouri, where the feel-like temperature is going to be -5, -2. This is going to be on the weekend of the 17th and 18th. So it's not going to go much lower than that. And then after this, guys, after this cold wave right here, I think this will probably be the end of the cold weather for this year. And it's been a mild winter as far as, super cold air goes, and no, mega snowstorms other than the lake effect snow that they get in Buffalo. And they're used to that. They're not any strangers to lake effect snow over here in this area, Rochester, Buffalo. But other than that, like, nor'easters, in the Philadelphia, Boston area, Chicago, you guys probably going to have yet another very mild winter this year. You're going to have at least one more cold wave, and that'll probably be about it for this year. Looking at the satellite, you can see that the atmospheric river is gone. It's brought rain over here to Arizona. It was pouring last night here in Arizona at around 8:30, 9 o'clock. It rained hard. We had some pretty strong winds. Absolutely nothing like they got over in California. But we got some welcome rain. We like the rain over here in Arizona. It never rains over here. But the atmospheric river is gone for the time being. It's going to rain again, though, here in the next few days. So the rain is not completely gone. But it is letting up for the time being. I know it's not raining here in Phoenix, but there's a chance of rain tomorrow, and then there's a chance of rain again, I believe, on Saturday. I think it's supposed to let up on Friday. So more rain coming, not quite done yet. All right, guys. Mama Jean, AZ Watchwoman, Craig Jacob, thanks for stopping by, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm going to wrap this live stream up. I've got more material I'm working on. Working on a new series. I've spent most of all day yesterday, I'm going to put together a new series for you guys, and we'll probably start showing that new series sometime next week. So it's entirely new material. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try some new material. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. And I do mix it up. I show you guys a variety of different things every day. I try to mix it up every day and keep the content fresh. And we touch on things that, not everybody touches on. I think these things are important. They affect each and every one of us on the planet. And these things I think are worth watching, especially the sun and what the sun does. And of course, storms and things like that. All right, guys, that is all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.